Hi, I'm Joe Connolly. We hear a lot about Google AdWords. Well, here are some ways to use Google AdWords smarter from Todd Saunders and Dan Pratt, who used to work at Google and who left to start their own Google AdWords advisory firm, AdHawk. Why did you guys leave Google to start AdHawk?
It's a good question. So Todd and I met on the AdWords team. Our job while we were there was really focused on helping small businesses scale using Google products like AdWords. And a lot of our day-to-day work was very manual, right? We would pull data from these really complicated dashboards, put them into Excel spreadsheets, try to make them make sense for the clients that we were working with, and then hope that they would have enough information to sort of do it themselves after that. And it was a little bit frustrating for us. We knew it was frustrating for the clients that we worked with, and we left to make it a little bit simpler.
I've never heard that one. If I understand you correctly, then this is not how you put it, but what you were doing was so boring to you, you decided to start a business where you could hire people to do it and you could do something else and own the business so that you wouldn't have to explain this 83 times a day to somebody who doesn't get it?
I would say Todd and I are kings of trying to make things as simple as possible in every aspect of our lives, and that was one big part of it. And we feel like advertisers of all shapes and sizes are looking for that same thing too. They just want to see the results, and they don't want to go through the 20 different steps to get there. So
you created AdHawk to just do it for them.
Exactly.
We created AdHawk to replace our own jobs at Google, basically.
That's a new one. I've been hearing these stories for a long time. So what do you do all day?
So we have a team of engineers and data scientists, and instead of, right now, customers will look into their account and make gut reactions in terms of how they should optimize their accounts. Instead, we're able to process their data in real time, use data science and machine learning, and produce results for them rather than them trying to do it on their own. A really good analogy to it is look at trading stocks. You can do that yourself and you can try to make trades, but you know that going to a stockbroker might be better. And even better than that, a stockbroker that uses algorithms or their own, personal machines, that will be more efficient than anything. So you can look at us very similarly. We use machine learning and different types of algorithms to help you manage that account.
People ask, how do I come up #1 in search results for those who want to do it? You must get that question. I want to
every day.
Yeah, so what do you tell people?
I would tell them that it really does depend on their goals. To Todd's point, there are certain things, there are certain businesses that would really benefit from being in that #1 position. But for other folks, it is something that they maybe shouldn't be too concerned with, and we really try to get their attention focused on what their cost per acquisition is and how many conversions they're achieving per week. If they were really dead set on being in that #1 position, you just have to be really aggressive on how you're bidding on the Google platform so that you're serving before your competitors. But there's a bunch of other stuff that goes into that as well. There's this very mysterious thing that Google uses called quality score, which is basically it's Google's way of determining how relevant your ads are for the keywords that are being searched by a user. And so all those things have to line up perfectly to get that #1 position.
For most advertisers, your budget is limited. You don't have a $100,000 a day budget. If you're only spending a couple hundred or even a couple $1,000s a day, you're going to hit your volume in position 2 or even position 5. So you don't have to be in that position 1 at all times if you have a smaller budget.
Give us a couple of tips about choosing your keywords.
That's a great question. So there's a bunch of different strategies. What we like to tell customers that are doing this for the first time is just throw as many things on a piece of paper as possible. But there's also certain tools that you can leverage inside of AdWords specifically, and there's also third-party tools that will take an existing set of keywords that you might be leveraging and then start to come up with variations or long-tail keywords off of that initial batch.
Where do you find the ideas for long-tail keywords? You can find them somewhere?
So Google has a tool that can help you generate them.
Free?
Yep, it's inside of AdWords. It's the keyword planner tool. Again, it sort of helps with the creative juices a little bit. It helps you get to that point.